There was nothing quite like a warm summer night at the drive-in. The smell of popcorn drifting through the air, the glow of headlights as cars rolled in, and that big silver screen lighting up the sky. For so many small towns, the drive-in wasn't just a theater, it was the heartbeat of the community. Families, teenagers, and first dates all found their place beneath the stars. Today, we're looking back at 10 drive-in movie memories that defined small-town America. 1. Carhops on roller skates. Before the movie even started, the show began in the parking lot. Carhops would glide between rows of cars, balancing trays of burgers, popcorn, and milkshakes, all on roller skates. It was fast, it was fun, and it gave every snack run a touch of Hollywood glamour. But as labor costs rose and drive-in profits fell, those cheerful carhops faded away. Still, for many, the memory of a smiling face rolling up with fries and a soda is one of the sweetest parts of the drive-in story. 2. The metal speaker boxes. Every car had its own little silver speaker that hung on the driver's side window. Tinny and crackling, the sound wasn't perfect, but it made the whole experience feel cozy and personal. You'd roll down the window just enough to clip it on, hoping it didn't scratch the paint. Over time, many were stolen, broken, or replaced by FM radio systems. But those clunky speaker boxes are still remembered as the true voice of the drive-in. 3. Double features under the stars. One ticket, two movies. That was the magic of the drive-in. Families would pack pillows and blankets, knowing they'd stay late into the night. The first film was usually for the kids, while the second was a little more grown-up. By the time the credits rolled, you'd either be wide-eyed with excitement or fast asleep in the back seat. It was a bargain, an adventure, and an all-night memory. 4. The playground beneath the screen. For children, the real attraction wasn't always the movie. Many drive-ins had a playground right beneath the giant screen. Swings, slides, and merry-go-rounds gave kids a place to burn off energy before the show began. Parents could relax in the car, knowing their little ones were nearby. As insurance rules and maintenance costs grew, most playgrounds disappeared, but for a time, the drive-in felt like the biggest backyard in town. 5. Fogged-up windows. Drive-ins weren't just for families, they were a favorite spot for young couples too. On cool nights, the windows would fog up, hiding whispered conversations and stolen kisses. It became such a part of American pop culture that movies and songs often joked about it. While it embarrassed some parents, for teenagers, it was part of the romance of the drive-in. A private world, parked right under the stars. 6. The glowing marquee signs. Every small-town drive-in had a glowing marquee at the entrance, often with bold letters announcing the weekend's double feature. Neon arrows pointed the way, promising a night of adventure. For many, just seeing that sign lit up on a summer night meant the weekend had arrived. As drive-ins closed, many of these signs were torn down, but a few still stand today, ghostly reminders of a golden age of moviegoing. 7. Packing the family car. Long before SUVs, families piled into station wagons, bringing lawn chairs, coolers, and homemade snacks. Kids wore pajamas so they could be carried straight to bed after the show. Some families even backed their cars in, opening the trunk to make a little living room under the stars. It wasn't just about the movie, it was about being together, making the drive-in a true family tradition. 8. Concession stand adventures. The concession stand was the beating heart of every drive-in. Brightly lit, with the smell of butter and candy drifting out, it was part snack bar and part social hub. Teenagers would line up, chatting and laughing, while kids clutched their quarters for popcorn and candy bars. Rising costs and shrinking crowds made it harder to keep those stands running, but anyone who stood in line with a Coke and a hot dog remembers the magic. 9. Intermission cartoons and clock timers. Between films, the screen would burst to life with colorful dancing hot dogs and cheerful jingles urging you to visit the snack bar. Some drive-ins even had clock timers, counting down the minutes until the next feature began. These little intermission reels became as beloved as the movies themselves. Though they vanished with time, many of those cartoons survive online today, keeping the charm alive for new generations. 10. Community gatherings beneath the screen. More than just a place for movies, drive-ins became gathering spots. Churches held services there, schools hosted fundraisers, and towns used the big screen for special events. On opening night each summer, the whole community seemed to show up. When drive-ins began closing in the 1980s and 90s, small towns lost not just a theater, but a gathering place where memories were made. Drive-ins were never just about the movies, they were about people, laughter, and small-town magic under the stars. While many have vanished, the memories remain as bright as the screen on a summer night. If this trip down memory lane brought back a smile, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more journeys into America's past. And tell us, what's your favorite drive-in memory?